All right, boys. It's another episode of In Your 20s. Hov the Jeweler, right? We have Hov the Jeweler right here. And it's really a pleasure. Or your name's Hov?
It's Saeed. They call me Hov. Hov the Jeweler out here.
Hov.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Exotic Diamonds.
And we're in right now, Exotic Diamonds, Chicago. How'd you start? That's like the real question. Like, how'd you start? I feel like the diamond business is very, very difficult just to start.
It's simple. Long story short, I was on my way to a jeweler that was in town at a hotel. He comes in every month or two, set up shop and sell. And I walked in one of my boys, and I was, wow, this is amazing. It's cool. And, didn't get a chance to talk to him at that time. So I called him the second time, like a month later or so. And I had a one-on-one with him. I took a liking to it. So I started selling a lot of my friends and family's jewelry, and it became like something big, crazy. Just started selling shit. So I started, working with this jeweler, selling them jewelry, to everyone, and it became a business. I took a liking to it, and I just took off with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How old were you when you first started?
This was probably around 12 years ago. So
that's pretty recent.
Yeah, that's
I'm
recent.
44 now, so.
What did you do
about
before?
32, 33. I was in the clothing business for a while, and a little bit of real estate, and
really?
so yeah.
Nice.
Here in Chicago still, right?
Yeah, born and raised here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Background, because we're Mexicans.
I'm Palestinian.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Nice.
yeah.
Same thing in Haney, right? Haney's Palestinian too?
Yeah, I believe so.
No, nice.
Yeah.
So, like, the concept of starting your own diamonds business, I know there's a lot of funding going to it. How, like, do you need other investors to get started, or did you just fund yourself?
No, I funded myself throughout the years of building my my credibility, my business up. So I was able to fund myself. Yeah.
Was it like when you first started this, was this crazy that you were going to end up here or not? Like, did you think you were going to end up here in this position?
Well, 20 years ago, no. But like I said, once I grabbed a hold of this, I didn't want to look back. So whatever it took, whatever it was going to take, I was going to get, just keep going.
Uh-huh.
So I'm here today,
And what part of Chicago did you come from?
Southside.
Southside?
Yeah.
High school?
I went to 7 different high schools, man.
Oh.
So, yeah.
How was that, though? Like, what was that like, moving around?
It was cool, So here in Illinois, I went to Richards.
Okay.
I went to Argo. I back in the 90s, when my high school years, I was in Florida, in West Palm.
Okay.
So I went to a couple of high schools there. My parents were moving around a lot. So, and then I ended up back here. So we only went out to Florida in, the early 90s for a few years, and we came right back. So.
Oh, nice. Was it other siblings or your only child?
No, the whole family. Yeah, we had,
Wow.
I have brothers and sisters. So.
Us minorities, we have like 10 brothers and sisters.
Yeah, 6 of us total. So, yeah.
And how'd you feel that, like, moving around? Did you can call something home, or could you call a place home? Like
Chicago. Yeah, absolutely. Born and raised here. There's no place like home. You can go anywhere. I lived other states, been around the world once, seen everything twice, but at the end of the day, ain't nothing like Chicago. Yeah.
What did your parents do for you guys to move around a lot?
So my parents was, my dad actually was involved with them big ass grocery store chains, Save More Foods and stuff like that. So he had a few of them in Florida. That's why we ended up going out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it was a time period where we had a bad hurricane or something back then, Hurricane Andrew or something. I forgot the name, but destroyed everything. We got sick of it, and I had an older brother that passed away in his sleep.
Wow.
In Palm Beach. So that's what made us all just, let's get back home. We didn't have no family or friends out there. We was just, going with the flow. We were young, so we came back out here, and we started working, hustling. Because that's when I started working, and my dad lost everything, so I had to get on the grind and get out here, and started working for clothing stores. We were managing them for a while, and ended up having our own clothing store. Me and my brothers. So we blew that up, and to this day we have the shop 147 on 95th Street.
Okay.
In Evergreen. So we're still in that business. The jewelry business came along, and just didn't look back. I did some quick flips, real estate flips, and whatever.
And how'd you learn all of this, like hustling, like
day to
real
day
estate and everything?
Day to day, life, you know, just meeting people, networking, you know, just being around the right people, you know.
Okay.
Growing up in my 20s, you know, there was no distractions like it is today, you know. We didn't have iPads and iPhones and shit like that. You know, we was on the basketball courts and riding our bicycles. So, but, you know, stay focused. You know, that's the key, you know.
And on top of that too, did you think that you were going to go to college or no? Did you end up going to college?
You know, I signed up, registered, but it wasn't for me. School period wasn't for me.
Right.
I had good grades going to school, you know. But just getting expelled and kicked out, moving around too much. So just, you know, as soon as I finished, I didn't even get my diploma, you know, on stage. I had to get it later. But
Right.
I didn't look back at school, you know. You know, it wasn't for me.
Did your parents feel some type of way that you didn't go to college?
Well, you know, in the beginning they did, but they figured it out. Like, oh yeah, this guy, you know, I got all my money early. So, you know, I was the go-getter in the family. I was paying the bills in the family. So, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. So
are you the oldest one or no?
now I am, yeah. But I have an older sister, so she's married. You know.
Nice.
But as the oldest boy, yeah.
So hustling around there and growing up in the South Side, how was the struggle to like work? What was like your first thing doing? You know, like what obstacle did you face to have that mindset at such a young age to hustle? You know, have to survive.
Once you start hustling, you know you got your something going on. You just got to stay true to the game and keep moving. Good relations, good business ethics. You know, being honest, dependable. You know, respectable. That's it. You know, it's take off. You don't look back. But once you start playing around and flipping around, then you're gonna have some issues out there. You ain't, you know.
Yeah. Did you have any fun? Did you like, you know, do anything in your childhood that you?
You know, we were chasing the women around. You know, found a distraction. But other than that, you know, we were just focusing on our money. You know, on our relationships, and that's it. Really, kept God first, and you know.
Right. Yeah. So like transitioning into your 20s too as well. What was your dream? What did you want to do? What did you want to accomplish there? Entering like your 20s.
Just have money. You know, I just wanted to get somewhere. I just wanted to just get money, whatever it was, whatever, you know, whatever way it took, you know, basically without getting in trouble and all that shit. So, you know, just getting money. That was my whole goal. You know, get to that point, you know what I mean? Just get that. Yeah. That's basically it. You know, I didn't really have it. You know, I didn't even know what I wanted to be growing up, whether it was a doctor or an attorney or that was on my mind. My mind was just getting to that money. That was it. You know, however, whatever, you know, that's it, you know, so.
And do you think money buys happiness though?
Well, not necessarily. No, not at all. But money, it takes care of everything else. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Yeah.
So like transitioning to like, you know, you had to hustle and survive and then you started to get some success. How were, you know, people become envious of you because you're not in that shithole no more, you could say, right?
Well, I mean,
you started climbing the ladder a little bit more.
Well, you know, I mean, I try to do the best that I can with people. You know, I don't really, I'm humble as I can be, you know, but, you know, there's times, I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that, you know, look, you know, and hate for my, you know, upcoming or, you know, want to, you know, wish on my downfall or whatever, but it is what it is. I don't even look at them. I don't even pay no attention to none of that. You know, I got no ops out here. You know, I have no worries. You know, I have to look over my shoulders and nothing. You know what I mean? So I know who I know in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about, you know, respect and, you know, good behavior. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Did you ever have like some people who like doubt on you or like ever told you like, oh, you're never gonna be like anything?
Well, no, not really. No, not necessarily. Nothing like that. You know, monkey see, monkey do, though. You know what I mean? And you know, we don't say no names, but it's cool. It is what it is. Life goes on.
Right. So like fast forwarding now, like to the jewelry business. Who do you have to have in your team to like make it successful? Right. Like you have to know your stuff, obviously, but like, do you have to know that yourself, or do you hire someone else to do that?
Well, so you got to create this team. You know. Because no one's going to teach you the game. Nobody wants to teach you the game. They want you to be, you know, right behind them, on the side of them. You know, they don't want you to move forward. So, you know, you got to put it together. You got to figure it out. Whether it's going to take you a year, 2 years, 3, you know, you got to put it together. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you're going to be working on their side. You know what I mean? And in this game, nobody wants to really teach you or put you in that position. They want you to ride their wave, you know. But you got to figure it out yourself. Put a team together. You know, if this is what you want to do your research, do your homework. You know, and you'll put it together. You know, I'm just working on that. And look at all these years. You know, it took me a few years, but that's what it takes. And every day you meet new people, so it's just, you know, rotation. You know what I mean? So
12 years, right?
about that.
When did you see stuff like taking off more?
So every year it just gets better and better. You know, it gets better and better every year. We just, I mean, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And with being like networking too, like you obviously have to promote yourself on social media. How do you get the word out there more?
Well, my family and friends.
Okay.
You know, that's how I started. You know, from good relationships out here, people trust you, and you know, blessings of Allah, bro. That's it, bro. Nothing else.
Yeah, because I hear your stuff around a lot too, like your jewelry place, your jewelry store, and obviously, like I'm looking around and it looks very successful. Do you have celebrities that come in your store and like ask you to do?
Well, I'm working with a few upcoming artists.
Okay.
You know, some ball players soon to be. You know, soon. You know, they're gonna be working with. But yeah, it gets there.
And what's the? I'm sorry to cut you off, but like, what's the minimum someone can spend here? Like if someone just came up and they're like, "Hey, I got 500 to spend," would you tell them to get out or?
Tell them to get out. Tell them what they want to spend it on. You know.
Yeah.
We'll figure out something that they want to spend it on. But my minimum item is probably a couple grand, few grand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do custom jewelry?
All custom jewelry.
Yeah.
Everything custom. Yeah.
And do you do it yourself, or do you have?
Well, I have a big team. We have a factory that we work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
That's cool. That's actually cool. What's the coolest piece that you think you've done?
I've done a lot of coolest pieces. You know, for example, I did a beautiful piece for my man here. You know, so yeah. So I've done a lot of beautiful pieces. It's all on my page and on my website. So you know, you'll see. You know.
And what's like one of the most? All right. So and obviously you have to have the best customer service. What's the most what's the thing you hate a customer has to ask you, or like they have asked you?
You know, for example, they want me to make a piece. They'll just ask me, how much would this be? You know?
Okay.
Like, you know, I just, you know, to make it simple, just give me a budget. Whatever you want to spend, we'll work around that. We'll maximize and we'll go from there, you know.
Right.
I can't tell you what, you know, something's going to cost, you know, because I don't know what he wants to spend or what he wants or what size he wants and weight and clarity and diamonds, you know.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So it gets the details. So, you know, I go for off of your budget. You tell me, hey, I want to spend, 20 grand or 10 grand on this or 5 grand on this, you know, and we'll go from there.
Oh, can people just come up and like ring your bell and just work with you, or do they have to do appointments?
Well, I'm by appointments because I get ready for you.
Yeah.
So, but I do have some walk-ups and people just unexpected pop up, but it's cool. Yeah, it's whatever.
Do you have to do like, do you have to go like different other states to do that, or do people reach out from you in different other states?
It's all on social media, online, phone calls. That's it.
So they don't even have to come here. You can just.
This is just for my office, for my clients, you know, to feel comfortable and come kick it with me, you know.
That's cool. That's dope. Yeah. How do you plan to expand it though? Do you want a different location or just stay here in Chicago?
Well, we'll see how it goes. You know, we'll see how the future got coming. You know. But like I said, it's one step at a time, right?
It's true.
So you know.
Yeah.
Have you ever done like a piece or like a jewelry that like you were like, dang, this isn't really going my way? Like, or like has there been a time where it's been like difficult where you're like, dang, I don't know if I'm gonna get it done on time? Or...
Well, yeah, I get a lot of those, you know. Yeah. So like you get under the pressure, you know. Oh, this guy needs it for his birthday or this significant deadline. You know, of course. Sometimes, majority of the time, I get it. You know, I make it happen, but I'm not in control sometimes. You know, and I'm missing my beat, you know, once or twice, but it's okay. They understand. You know, it happens.
Do clients get very upset when you don't make it on time, or?
Well, not very upset, but they do get upset. They're like, damn, salty, you know?
Yeah.
But they cool with it because they understand, you know?
Okay. And then also, too, with like with the expanding part, too, if you did open another location, would it be here in Chicago? Would you want it to be here in Chicago, or?
So, you know, I have client base all throughout the states, too, you know? So if I need, I fly, I catch a flight, or they come out here to meet me. But out of state, no, I like to focus on my city, you know, the Midwest, you know, and go out from there because my clients are all right here.
Right.
And I'd rather be here for them. And whatever happens in the future happens, you know. If you know, you never know.
Well, what was the first piece of jewelry you bought for yourself?
The first piece of jewelry was a Rolex. It was a Datejust 41 millimeter. stainless steel,
Okay.
black dial. It was my first watch, Rolex. You know, it was. I think I paid $12,500 for it.
Wow. Yeah.
It was many years ago, and I put a diamond bezel on there. You know, it was cool.
Yeah.
But then then I got into the business and started,
Right.
doing my own research and investigating, and I got in and played the role.
Wow.
You know, it was fun. I took it as a good hobby and ran with it, man. It was fun.
What was the first piece of jewelry you sold?
The first was watches, because I sold many watches, diamond iced out watches. So, but that was my thing. Yeah, just the watches, and then I got into custom pieces and making custom pieces and all that. Yeah. So
How do you get it imported though? Out the country, or is it like how do you import diamonds?
well, it's all out the country.
Out the country?
Yeah, absolutely.
I always had like an interest in that because I'm just like, yeah, like you have to go outside the country, get those connections and stuff.
Well, yeah, they actually, so the connects, they find you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, it's crazy. This business they come find you. The diamond dealers, they come look for you, and they find you. They get in touch with you. Hey, I get many of them calls, and want to sell me diamonds, loose diamonds, and everything. But you got to know who you're dealing with, but they know this is real business, so you just got to pick out your few people that you're dealing with and deal with them. Build that relationship with them and go forward. You can't deal with everybody, and
Right. Have you got any fake stuff, any fake diamonds, or business been bad?
No.
But there is like dark sides to that too, where people just like,
Well, yeah, some people do buy stuff they don't know what they're buying. It could be a fake watch with real diamonds. It could be a real watch with fake diamonds. You got to know what you're buying. I have equipment to test all that stuff.
yeah,
so
the diamond test.
Yes, So it's a lot of shit going on out here, man.
And with the I saw a buy, sell, trade. Has anyone came in to like trade you something fake? And like
Yes,
played
they tried. Yeah, but I
you catch it, yeah.
I could be blindfolded and you can give me a watch, okay, and I can tell you, yeah, no, this is not real. Yeah, real talk.
Is it just practice?
It's all from the weight, from the feel. You could tell. I can tell you right away.
And
there's some real good watches now that I have to double check. I have to open it up.
Oh wow,
stuff like that. Yeah.
And what's like the most exotic thing that came into your store as a trade?
The most exotic.
The most exotic or thing you're like, wow.
Wow. So it must have been a watch, because I really like on trades. I'll take watches over anything. You know?
Yeah.
The other stuff is really nothing but melt for me. But if it was a watch, something I could resell and clean up. So it must have been a watch. Here, I got one for you. A 41 discontinued yellow 18 karat gold Rolex.
18. Wow.
Yes, day presidential.
Wow.
Yeah, I took it on and came in. It was a steal. I enjoyed it.
Dude, did you wear it yourself?
No, I put it on my wrist a few times, but got rid of it, made my money, and
I went to the clubs a little bit, but
yeah. But that was something cool. Like, whoa,
How much does those go for?
Well, they're still in like the mid 40s right now.
Okay.
So it goes up and down. You just got to know what day and what.
No.
Yeah. So what's that like with like prices and watches? Like, is it like the stock market? Like,
Yeah,
it goes up and down. Yes.
And what causes the value to change?
Production. It could be certain pieces that are only made, so they spike up the price. The production still.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it the same for like gold, right? I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yes, gold's steady rising.
So what would be like a good investment to invest right now if I wanted a watch?
And a watch,
Yeah.
you'd invest in a solid gold piece.
Okay.
Solid gold Rolex.
Rolex. Okay.
AP. Solid gold. Anything solid gold that has some value to it. That's it. Or gold bars.
Okay. And you guys sell Richard Millers too, of course, in Rolex. How does that work? Like, do you have to contact like directly to Richard Miller to sell you more watches, and then you customize them, or?
No, not necessarily. So they're around. We can pick them up and customize them.
Okay.
And some exclusive clients that want it. We get it ready for them. Yeah.
So apart from jewelry, because I feel like this is very stressful too, just like every single day I have to handle this, handle people. What do you do for fun? What do you like to do for your own free time too? As
Me?
well? Yeah.
A few things. I like to mind my business.
Okay.
I like to get lost. Go home. Where it's peaceful.
Right.
Go play with my kids. And just that's it. Have a peace of mind.
100%.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you heard the jeweler at Trax or what.
Yeah, I
Trax?
do know. Yes.
Do you guys have like a good relationship?
You know what? I spoke to him a few times, but you know, again, good people. I wouldn't mind being in the room with them and just chopping it up. You know? Yeah, yeah.
And what's it called? So, what is like the darkest side that you've seen in this business? Because I know some people can get like selfish, envious. You know, especially in the city of Chicago.
Well, you know, between jewelers or
Jewelers, yeah. I'm assuming there's a competition sometimes.
well, you know, fine. Yeah, there's many. You know, competitions everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, clients can get up with any one of us and you know shop. But me, I respect all jewelers, man. All of them, they cool with me. And you know, I work with some of them too as well. But then you got some or one that you know tries to throw you under the bus when my name gets brought up in their shop. You know, and they get nervous. You know.
Right.
So you know, but other than that, I don't have no problems at all. And I work with a few jewelers too. So, you know, but the darkest part about it is when they go behind your back and then they start sneaking this and all that stuff. That's not what's up. You know what I mean? It's not what's up, especially in this business. You know?
Right.
But other than that, it can't get any worse. You know, we're ready for whatever. So it's, you know, it's whatever.
Do you think this and this point of age right now? Do you think more of your clients are younger or older?
Both. All ages. You know.
Just because I feel like people more of our age spend more.
Well, well, probably 30 plus. You know, my clients.
And what's the most? Someone just came in here and just dropped the bag, cash.
Well, I had an artist that signed. That just signed his deal and picked up his cash. He picked up like 60 grand.
Oh wow!
Cash came straight here, you know. And,
She's blew it right there.
And blew it on a chain and on a watch, you know. Yeah, yeah. But that's just you know, most recent one, you know.
Jeez. Who do you plan to do like more work with? Like, who would you want to do like a little piece for?
Honestly, I'm trying to work my way to these ball players.
Okay.
You know, so
basketball.
Yeah, you know, easy. They got the money, no questions. They're good people, they good business. Move on, you know. Yeah. When you're dealing with the artists, it's a lot of
middlemen, right? Between or
it's a lot of you got to go back and forth and all that stuff. It's cool. You just got to know who you're dealing with. That's all. Yeah.
Can you like name an artist or who was like purchased recently?
Like to say no names.
Yeah.
I don't mention nobody, but yeah, we had issues, but everybody's been good.
Yeah.
We good, and that's it.
That's cool. No, that's cool. That's cool. Is there like someone you'd want to do a piece for that just has a creative mind?
Well, anybody. I'm actually gonna do some pieces this summer for quite a few people.
Oh wow!
So when they come out, they come out. Yeah,
that's so cool. And what was the most difficult piece you had to make though?
Difficult piece?
Yeah,
probably his piece. This guy's.
What do you get? Yeah, what was it?
We made a movie. We made a movie as piece. Yes. A big pendant customized with real slick emeralds, VVS, heavy, you name it. Okay, and then we used some of that pendant and made a ring for him.
Oh, really?
So customized it. You got to see it to see what I'm talking about. So yeah, but it's amazing. I love doing it.
How
yeah.
Yeah. How long does it usually take to create?
For a real good timing, 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
4 weeks is a good, comfortable time.
Okay.
From order to finish, you're done.
And then what the fame came in? Well, you said the money started coming up, right? When you started seeing real money, how'd you handle that? Did you start spending here and there, buying your goods?
No. I'm gonna keep it 100, man. Throughout my life, I've always had money. You know what I'm saying? So when my pops fell off. I started valuing it a little bit more. I started taking care of it better because I was blowing it. I was blowing my money, getting money, blowing it, and we had a few downfalls, but you get up and learn. So I became more responsible with my money. Started doing the right moves now. You know what I mean? So when I started seeing that money. I started handling it a different way now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put it in property. Did the I prioritized myself with what I was doing instead of buying cars and clothes and,
Right.
I was doing other things with it. So. hey, preparing myself on a day-to-day basis. You know what I'm saying? So even today, I'm preparing myself for tomorrow and tomorrow.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So regardless.
It sounds like you guys are like a very like a family comes
Family
first up.
oriented, yes sir.
100%, 100%.
Yes,
And when
sir.
you were growing up with that, I forgot to mention too, growing up with that mindset and hustling, how'd you guys like develop that mindset together, right? Like
So between who?
like you and your siblings.
Okay, so we learned, you know, following my dad's steps. You know, my dad was a good man to this day. He's still a great man, you know what I mean? And we learned from him, man. You know, his ethics, his ways of handling things and relationships and stuff like that, bro. That's how we learned. You know, he kept us tight.
Yeah.
So even today, like, what made me more even closer was marriage. You know, as soon as I got married, my life changed, you know, for the better. Like, you know, so before it was just a cloud. I was going out 8 days a week. Oh my God, you know, it was a waste of time, you know, to be real. So that all changed when I got married, and shit became a lot better. You know? Yeah, started handling things, business, you know, took off. That's it, you know. Yeah, when you're focused on what you want to do, you're gonna go.
Those are facts.
That's it.
Those are facts. I feel like
absolutely.
you've came a long way too. That's why I'm asking all these personal questions. I'm a psych major, so I don't know. I feel like it's so interesting when people are like born in another place, come from another place, and then also too as well like share that experience.
Yeah, my father's been here for 47 years.
Wow.
My father been here, so I'm 44 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm 44 years old. Was born in 78.
70.
Here in Chicago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And
Vintage.
Yeah.
no, he's vintage. Yeah. So I only asked because my dad came. My father came. Our fathers came here like back in the 80s, late 80s, but like they crossed the border, right? So they didn't know any English. They had to hustle too as well, you know.
Yeah.
And I find that cool too, because like Palestinian come over here to learn another language.
Right.
It's not easy, and people don't understand that. So like hustling, coming to the South Side, have to grind and stuff. It's hard. It's tough. People don't realize that. They start questioning you, right? So, and I find that cool. I don't know. I just like the hustle. It's like minorities, like we hustle. There's something in us that we just hustle to
Listen, we
survive.
come here, we're hungry.
Yeah.
We ain't on no bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, we want to make this money and keep moving. You know, we want to provide for our families. We want to, you know, and that's what we come here to do, man. And that's it. We take advantage of the system, of everything that's got going for us over here, bro. When we move forward, you know, some people deal with it differently, and you know, other shit. You know, whatever. You know, yeah, you got to figure it out and run with it.
And I feel like what was the most impactful time of your life that actually just like you hit rock bottom? You're like, I gotta get my shit together. Like,
Well, a couple times I hit rock bottom, bro. You know, we were dependent on my pops for years, all our life. You know, we had everything you think of growing up. But we were young to drive 12. He had 12 cars in his driveway. We like, wow, we were young. We didn't have no lights. We didn't know how to drive. But boom, real quick, life changed. You know, so we had to figure it out ourselves. That was my first time. Then second time, third time, I fell a few times. So you just gotta get up and learn from your mistakes. Learn, have your faith. You know, and just keep moving. Yeah. Main thing is, man, you're gonna get tested out here. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you gotta be patient. Your time coming. You know what I mean?
100%.
But you can't do the wrong stuff. You can't, you know, put yourself in them situations and expect blessings and good things to happen. No, it's not. You know, it's not gonna happen.
100%.
You're gonna be running around in circles. You know what I'm saying?
That's well said.
Yeah.
That's really well said. And like, I don't want to take up more of your time. I don't know if you have a quick question.
No.
So like for the final two, like, what is your advice for someone entering their 20s? What would you advise someone, or what would you tell yourself to if you're like 21, 22?
You know, I would just focus, stay focused, bro. Get off these phones, the social media, you know, and just focus on what you want to do for the next, so you don't have to worry about the next 20 years. You know what I mean? And just do it. Stay focused. You know, all that distractions that we're dealing with today, I feel bad for these kids out here, man. Because it's too much going on. It's too much going on. You know what I mean? So just stay focused, man. Stay focused and on your shit. You know, whether it's school, whether it's, you know, your dream, whatever you got going on, stay focused. You know, and have good relationship and network. Go hard. You know, run your mouth out here. You know, get nosy. You know what I'm saying? So that's the key. You know what I mean? Yeah.
100%.
But off the phones and bullshit. You know what I mean? Because it ain't gonna get you nowhere. You're gonna chase your tail. You know what I mean?
100%.
And you're gonna have life pass you by. You're gonna be like, damn, I'm 40 now. What did I do? What did I accomplish? You know what I mean? It's nothing. Then you're gonna worry about trying to work then, and you're gonna be tired and old, and come on, that's not how you want to live your life. You got to do it now. If you don't do it now, you ain't gonna do it at all, especially at your 20s.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn. Hov, thank you so much. Hov the Jeweler,
Yeah, my man.
Oak Street.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
your socials out. Tell everyone to the camera where to find you.
Hov the Jeweler, Exotic Diamond Chicago on Oak Street. Hit me up. My number, my address, all that's online. Just hit me up for an appointment or whatever. We'll link. You know what I mean?
Minimum $5,000. You heard that, boys.
No, chop it up. Yeah.
Okay, no, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
We get.